Hey everybody, I'm just running a test to see if this is working. Let's see here. No, I've just been trying to figure Streamlabs out. Hi Rick D, hi everybody, Anthony, SC, Roger. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's see if this will work. That did nothing, did it? Let's see here. That should be. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. That should work. Let's see here. Did that work or not? Thanks, Monkey. Um, yeah, I normally am supposed to wear these all the time, but I like my sunglasses too much. Let's see if this works. Ah. Hey, yay! Yay! I got it! Yay, I'm so excited. Moving south of the Mason-Dixon within the next week. Are you going to be in my neck of the woods? Okay, so I don't see my chat. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. This is really just a test. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. You won't happen to be in my neck of the woods, will you, Monkey? I have no idea where that's at, so obviously not very close. Uh, I'm just trying to see what you guys are actually seeing here. There goes the neighborhood. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Georgia. Depends on what part of Georgia. I can be in Georgia in maybe 4 hours. Like that's just. I mean, I live all the way in West Tennessee, so that's still a ways from me. Hey, there we go. I see the chat rolling up in the screen now too. Tennessee, so that's still a ways from me. Hey, there we go. I see the chat rolling up in the screen now. Hey, I think I got it. That's going to be awesome, guys. That's awesome. Hey, Wolfman, how you doing? Need to bring the volume up? Is that what you're saying? Or the chat? I can increase the chat if I need to. I think I've almost got this figured out. Let's see here. How's that? Any better there? Yay! Please. Yeah, the chat volume is good. Hi, Michelle. No, Michael, sorry. Just like looking at beautiful girls. Well, you might want to go look somewhere else. Most of the otter, I wouldn't call them grumpy. I mean, if they are grumpy, they've probably been through some stuff. Yay, I think I have this all figured out, guys. That's awesome. I'm very excited. Let's see. That's not going to let me do that right now. Well, I appreciate it, but y'all are going to make me blush. So, now that is odd. You guys want to hear something extraordinarily crazy? I can't, it won't, it's not letting me type anything in my own chat. It's telling me I have to, I'm live streaming, but it's telling me I have to sign in. Is that not crazy? Move it a little. Okay. I can do that. See, that's why I like doing it this way, is because you guys tell me what you can see better than what. I can, better than what I can actually see. Oh, thank you, Monkey. Well, if I want to put something in the chat, I can always just do that from my phone. Now I've just got to get it set up on my phone, but I believe there's a QR code that I can scan. Chat, I can always just do that. Oh, sorry about the back feed, guys. I was just trying to look at. Yeah, I can always put it in the chat on here if I want to do something. Okay. Yay! OBS is better and easier on the phone. I haven't tried OBS. I use an iPhone. And I know everybody's like, I've heard a bunch of auditors say how much they hate their iPhone. I absolutely love my iPhone. I have never had any trouble out of iPhone, and I've had iPhone since, like, the beginning, like, way back. Actually, if you want to know, Apple paid for my wedding because their stock, not like Apple actually said, hey, we're going to pay for your wedding. No. But, yeah, Apple actually, we made a bunch of money on Apple right after we got engaged. So, Apple stock paid for my wedding. Bye, Roger. Talk to you later. I was really just kind of testing this out. I think everything looks good from the laptop. What do you guys think? You think everything looks good to you? I can leave these settings the way they are and hopefully not have to mess with it too much. Because you don't like headaches. Well, then you shouldn't like me at all, Monkey. I'm told all the time by family and friends I am a giant headache. It's because I always question everything, and they don't like that, so they think I'm a headache. Yay, I'm so glad I got it set up. I'm just testing, Tay. I'm just testing. I think it's working pretty well though. I've got it set up where my chat's on the screen, and then my alert boxes are on the screen. Ta-da! So, can I handle the tough answers? I think I can, but some people don't know that they can't. So, I mean, I've been through it, so I can say that I might not can handle it, but you'll never know I can't handle it. I handle everything, or I try to handle everything with a smile. The more idiotic, the better. It's easier to smile at stupid people. Freeman, hey, how you doing? I'm just testing Streamlabs. I am not talking about a dang thing. I didn't choose the color. It was just one of the widget apps that you can download for Streamlabs. I really didn't pick a lot. But I think it's working. I mean, it doesn't appear to be going over the screen too far. Country Gal, how are you doing, doll? Yeah, James, when's court? I thought how did court go? Because I thought ethics said you were supposed to be in court an hour ago. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Maybe it wasn't ethics. Maybe it was Gunner. Or ethics and Gunner's chat. I don't know. Blonde moment. Has everybody heard the good news about Bao? Bao is supposed to be being moved from solitary to general pop today. So that's at least some good news on the Bao front. On the Bao movement front. Or back. I guess that would be a back, huh? Well, if you need to talk, I think you've got my email. If you don't, let me know. You can email me, or I can email you. I have nothing prepared. I was really just testing, so I have nothing to talk about. Anybody got any questions, anything? Or I'm just gonna shut this down. I know Gunner's still doing his fundraiser over there. Yes, Bao out of solitary. Gunner was streaming earlier. I caught the whole morning stream, and a couple months ago the laptop was ready. Oh, sorry. I cannot read and talk at the same time. Yeah, on my laptop, I'm not gonna have the best quality camera until I actually go and buy me a new webcam. I'm just doing with what I've got in my laptop because I'm mainly gonna stream from either the iPhone or I don't even see it. I have this. It's a older LG phone that if I'm out auditing, I'll probably stream from. That way, I don't have to worry about getting my $900 iPhone broken. But anyway, yeah, Bao called this morning. Yeah, country gal. Speak your mind. I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah, I've got Streamlabs downloaded to the iPhone, Wolfman. I don't have it downloaded to the backup phone yet. But I was saying Val was telling us on Gunner Stream this morning that I can't remember who he said it was, somebody from certain department or something. Pretty much the people who are in charge of where he's housed came and spoke to him and pretty much told him that the reason he was in confinement in the solitary confinement was because he was trying to incite a riot by speaking about the movement and everything that we do to other inmates. So that's why he was put in solitary confinement. And if he promised to be a good boy and not do it anymore, they would let him out of solitary. And he, with 11 days left, of course, I mean, he's pretty much been in solitary confinement for at least 30 days because he was out for a few days and then back in. So tell us, Country Gal. That's great. Share the good news. That way we can celebrate with you. I'm sorry, where's my chicken? It's just because my webcam in this laptop is crap, man. I mean, I can shut it down and try a test. Actually, I think William Moore, how you doing? I'll run this to the 20-minute mark, and then I'll see if I can get my Streamlabs on my phone working. I think that's a good idea. That'll be a good, productive day for me then. I've got the house pretty much cleaned up, and the pool's clean, and laundry's done. Oh, crud, I know what I have forgot for the day. I have no idea what I'm feeding my family for dinner. Anakin, how you doing? My little Woody, hey. How's everybody? Willie72, hello from Tennessee. That's why all the love scenes from the 80s were all fuzzy. You made me have a bad... Oh, I just had a bad flashback. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys this completely crazy, funny, completely irrelevant story. So, I think I might have been like 15 the first time I saw a porno movie. And it traumatized me. Like, it traumatized me. It had Burt Reynolds in it. I swear to God. And it was awful. It was like made in the 80s. And I was like, ah! No, cannot. Country Gal says, I was told this morning that if he continues to do good, there is a good chance of him getting out to come home tomorrow or Sunday. Score! That's what we're talking about. Good news. Today is the day of good news and good events. How you doing, Sasquatch? You been lurking around in them bushes out behind my house? I swear I saw something big lurking around out there last night. Right, James? I'm kind of good at that. That is good news, though. We always have to celebrate the good news when it comes. Of course you were lurking around. Well, I'm going to tell you now, Sasquatch, if you were lurking around out there, you better be careful of that transformer that blew the other night, because there was like 30 guys in the backyard fixing the transformer at 1 o'clock in the morning. You'll be discovered out there lurking around. Tennessee. I'm like, hey, you're probably thinking of East Tennessee where the mountains are. I'm in West Tennessee, and I mean, we got a few hills around here, but it's not. It's kind of like the plains before you get to the mountains on this side of Tennessee. It's pretty. I mean, there's some hills, but it's pretty flat. Bye, Rick. That was your bad. I wasn't saying that you blew out the transformer. I was just saying be careful lurking around out there, or people from the power company's gonna find you. Right, Wolfman? It does. I live at like the top little corner almost on the west side of Tennessee. Tennessee ranches are big. Oh, now I just got a weather notification. Watch, it's fixing to rain or something. At least it's a light rain. The kids wanted to go swimming when they got home today. Anybody else got kids that went back to school this week? I am so excited. My children have went back to school this week. I have three, and they are all in school, and my house is so quiet. Awesome, Coco. I think, yeah, we had talked about that because I was planning that trip to South Haven. Not just ugly, Wolfman. It is. Arkansas is awful. I don't like going into Arkansas so much. Oh, I'm from Memphis, Coco. Actually, I'm from Frazier, if you want to know the truth. Like, I was born and raised in Frazier for many years. I used to live right off of, well, they closed down uh, Whitney Manor Apartments. That's where we lived when I was super little. And then I moved to right off North Watkins and 51 or Danny Thomas, whatever you want to call it. It actually changes to 51. It's called 51 has so many different names up and down there. See, girl, I know what it's like. Actually, my brother-in-law lives in Cordova. He lives it's about 10 minutes from Wolf Chase. Willie says Northwest Alabama here. Right, William Moore? I need to be studying, but it really sucks that they, like, I would at least like to finish up my Juris Doctorate degree. Even if I don't take the bar, I would still like to finish up my degree. But because I got sick last year and I had to take an incomplete Eastern Kentucky Accountability. How you doing? Um, but because I didn't take or I took an incomplete, and then the day my work was supposed to have been done for my incomplete, I had surgery. So since I had surgery that day, I obviously didn't get all my work turned in, and I failed those classes. So I was at U of M. All right, William Moore. Oh, I got one for you, William Moore. I was gonna email you, but you're in the chat. See what you think of this, because I mean, okay, I studied constitutional law. That's that's what I was my main area of study for a while. So, I mean, I don't know if any of you've seen these. See if I can show you. back it up a little bit. I don't know if you've ever seen these little things, but they're like pocket constitutions. And anyway, so it's the Constitution with the Bill of Rights in it. And I can't tell you, I've read the Constitution, I've read the Bill of Rights many, many, many times. But I had a question that just, for some reason, it just like stuck in my head the other day. So I read through it, and I got to, I don't know if you guys can even see this. Let's see here. Oh. There we go. Amendment 5. So, okay, the Fifth Amendment. We're all pretty familiar with the Fifth Amendment. I mean, if nothing else, we know that we don't have to answer questions that incriminate ourselves. So, anyway. Yeah, it's a blast. Like, I had probably the best 2 years of my life at U of M Law. But anyway, so here's my thing. Oh no, I don't know why that. Okay, I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay, Monkey, this is one of your favorites. Now, I don't know why I've never thought of this question before because, like I said, I'm an inquisitive type of person. But, you can read something many, many times and you can always come away with new questions. So, I'm going to read the paragraph that is the Fifth Amendment. And then I'm going to tell you what my question is because I haven't actually looked into this question, though. I'm going to tell you, I haven't done any research. It's just a question I have because I was reading it the other day. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on the presentment of an indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the military. When the actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. This is the part that I have a question about. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So, my question is, how the hell are law enforcement impounding vehicles and then either A, selling them for profit for the city, which is public, or B, how are they impounding vehicles and then using them as cruisers or unmarked cars? Because according to the Fifth Amendment, the people that they steal the cars from should be justly compensated. Okay, let's see. Monkey says, I took a legal rights and responsibilities class taught by a state rep. I loved that class. Yeah, I've always loved all my legal classes. I didn't like contract law. I'm not a big fan of, I like looking for loopholes in contracts. I'm pretty good at that. But just silly Mrs. C, that doesn't really apply. Really, it's about as good. They take this and twist it and turn it and construe it to make it fit how they want. But, according to what's written here, they use these laws against us all the time. So, I'm just turning it around on them. How the hell are you taking private property for public, how did they say it exactly? For public use. How are you, because you register your car and it's under contract for them to take it, plain and simple. Well, I actually do have one. Actually, that makes an excellent point, though, William Moore, because I have two vehicles in my name that belong to me on paper. Um, One is a registered vehicle with plates and tags and all the proper stuff. The other one is a salvage title vehicle. I didn't wreck it. It was just like a project car. And it's not registered, although it's driven pretty regularly. It's driven. But, so, if that car is pulled over, they can't, they can still impound it, or they will impound it. I mean, I can almost guarantee you, if it gets pulled over, it will be impounded. Okay, William Morris says, because you register your car, it's under contract for them to take it, plain and simple. If it is not registered, then it is private property. It is not private property when you register it. Coco Witt says, and Lord knows you have to register the car. Shake my head. William Moore says, you give up a right for a privilege. Yeah. Chili says, they might say that takes due process for crime, laugh, rather than for the purpose of public use. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was thinking, or like my train of thought was taking it, Chili. Hi, Tex Rose, how you doing? Coco Witt says, yeah, William Moore. William Moore says, at Coco Witt, boom, chicka boom. Boomer says, what's going on? Boomer, I'd been reading in this little pocket constitution that I picked up. And everybody knows, the Fifth Amendment. Everybody's pretty familiar with it. The last line of the Fifth Amendment states, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. And I was just kind of asking about what other people thought of that. Like how they seize vehicles and either sell the vehicle, or how law enforcement seizes vehicles and then uses them. That's a good point too, Monkey. Who says you have to register your vehicle? The Fourth Amendment says you have a right to free travel without molestation of your property, papers, and effects. Registration is for commercial use. I think I got it too, Tex Rose. I can show you where you subscribed and unsubscribed for me the other day. You want to see? How you like that? All over my face. Nicholas Griffith says, police says a call on Congress to marshal the resources. Boomer! Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Some of y'all are write me paragraphs. I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I have a hard time reading and comprehending and then speaking at the same time. I don't know how, like, Val can do it. I bet he'll be a little rusty when he gets out. We'll have to take it easy on him. I agree, Coco. I think that they keep writing laws on top of laws on top of laws on top of laws on top of laws, and they have no idea how many laws are on the books. They have no idea what laws say what. I've got a really good one for you, Coco. Okay, you're from Memphis. Do you know that it is technically illegal for a woman to drive in downtown Memphis, like Riverfront Drive? You know what I'm talking about? Riverside Drive. There we go. Riverside Drive. It's illegal for a woman to drive down in downtown Memphis without a man running in front of her waving a red flag. It's on the books. It's a law still on the books in Memphis, Tennessee. And it is not the craziest law I've ever heard, but I find that one just so funny, especially because I grew up in Memphis with, like, my mom driving me around all the time, and my mom is a horrible driver. I love you, Mom, if you're watching, but you're an awful driver. Oh, Kate, you know that happens, though. I know you know that happens. I mean, I can't say I really know you know, but I've heard you talk, and I know how you, I feel like I know that you know that happens. Look at the Patriot Act. If that's something, if y'all have never read the Patriot Act, it is a hell of a bill to read. It's mind blowing. I remember going in to class and the professor assigning us before the Patriot Act was ever actually passed. Sasquatch and illegal is a sick bird. I like that one. But my professor hands us everybody in the class, a booklet that's the Patriot Act and tells us to read it. And we get, like, I think we got a week maybe to read over it and figure out what we thought about it and come back and report on it. So I took it home. I read it. I went back to class. And ta-da! That's the first question the professor asked is, so, what do y'all think about the Patriot Act? And of course, this happened right after 9/11, well, not right after, it was a few years, but this was 2005, 2006-ish. I'm horrible about quoting years, guys. But I remember being given that and reading that. And this was before I was in law school. This was just a legal class I had when I was studying U.S. government way back. And I get in there and everybody's like, oh, it's a great idea. It's going to protect our country and and I'm like, no. Who in their right mind would pass this? I mean, a bunch of baboons? I mean, a group of baboons is a Congress. So, yeah, that's exactly what it was. A group of baboons passed it. It's been proven that they did not even read the document. They had their aides and, like, their interns read the actual Patriot Act and then brief them on it. The Patriot Act infringes on every single right we are granted by the Constitution other than the right to not have to house soldiers in our home. And that is still fully plausible with the Patriot Act because they can just say, oh, you're a terrorist. We're going to seize your home. Oh, okay, soldiers. There you go. Go live in there. The Patriot Act demolished I mean, that's one thing that got me interested in constitutional law, is after I knew what the Constitution said and I knew about the Constitution and constitutional rights, but then having another book, because if you've William Moore says, wrong, it's corruption. They know what they are doing. And you're right. Tex Rose, unfortunately, you're right too. There's people that are too lazy to research and actually read and figure out the truth for themselves. I mean, I know that I am not. I will never claim to be the smartest, the most intelligent, the prettiest. I don't claim to be anything. I don't make those claims. I only claim you will hear me making is that I question everything. I always keep a smile on my face, and I always try to do it as politely as possible, because asking questions will definitely get you shunned and pushed away and made to feel less than because you're asking questions. They tell us as kids there's no such thing as a stupid question, but as the older you get, you realize the more questions you ask, the more you're shunned and pushed to the side and pushed to the back, because you're questioning everything and they see that. So they know that eventually you are going to question how they do things. You're going to question the things that they hold to their moral fiber, everything in them that they believe in, and you're going to question that. So they don't like that. They want you need to be quiet, and you need to be a good little sheep, and you need to just go on with the herd. And if you don't, we're either going to put you in a cage, or we're going to just kill you altogether, or we will shut you up. I mean, that's the government's take on it, is if you don't do what we say, we're going to make you do what we say. It's always a threat of violence, always a threat of life or liberties. It's never a civil discussion. Even civil cases are taken and made into criminal cases. A perfect example of that is child support. Child support is a civil matter that is taken many, many times every day and transferred from a civil matter to a criminal matter. I've seen it. I've seen it happen more times than you can even imagine. Yeah, I know about the 150K in debt. I'm not quite at the 150K mark. I was a year shy of that, but yeah, I get it. I get it. I like that quote, Sasquatch. That's good. But that was my little rant. That was the only thing I really had on my. That was just something that I was. I just got a new batch of these in, and not like I really think that it's going to make a difference for me to be able to open up this little book right here and show somebody what I'm talking about and change their mind. But if the writing in this book changes their mind, then I mean, I spent like 97 cents. So why not? But so what'd you think, William? That was what I was going to email you about, by the way. So hence you didn't get my email, but you got it. Now you got it. Yes, Tex Rose. If you look at my about page on my YouTube, I think I might have a link to my YouTube, or not my YouTube. I think I have a link on there to my PayPal, and other than that, I have a quote from Burke, and the quote is, for the only thing, or, sorry guys, for all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Go to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18. Sorry. Section 8, Clause 18. It doesn't have it by clauses, but I'm pretty sure I'm right around where you wanted. To provide for calling forth the Matilda to execute the laws of the Union, express insecurities, and repel invasion. I'm looking for what. No, you're looking at the courts. Okay, I think you're talking about to exercise exclusive legislation. Guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was right there. I know what you're talking about. Let's see. Section 8. To exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may, by concession of particular states and the acceptance of Congress, become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the Senate shall be for the infraction of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings, and to make all laws which will be necessary and proper for the carrying into execution the foregoing powers and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States or in the department or officer thereof. You have to claim common law jurisdiction, or they presume or assume that you are a U.S. citizen. That is how you beat traffic tickets and get con law right. Yeah, I know it's all about jurisdiction. That part I'm pretty darn clear on. I know that 9 times out of 10 they ignore that because most courts believe that jurisdiction is what they say it is. So, yet again, that kind of goes back to the Constitution. I mean, if you can get a reasonable judge to hear your argument. Oh no, he's going to get his book. William, come back. No, I'm playing. Go ahead. Oh man, I must have really crashed and burned, huh? I had like 20 viewers, and then I started ranting about the Constitution, and everybody went away except 8 of you. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. That's how I feel too, Skyhawk. I mean, just saying, I feel like the judge is going to ignore what the judge wants to ignore. Now, you can try to bring the judge up on charges of prosecutorial misconduct and things like that, but how often do you see that happening? Do you really think that other judges are going to really just come down on one judge for ignoring? I mean, it's insane. I've studied the law for so long and found so many laws that contradict the Constitution, that contradict I mean, I just find so many laws that contradict each other. Not just laws that contradict the Constitution, but even though the Constitution says that they can make no laws that go against the Constitution, okay, if they can make no laws that go against the Constitution, do they make amendments and then repeal amendments? I mean, we all know about Prohibition. We all know about how that went down. So how does Congress amend the Constitution if they make no laws that go against the Constitution? How do they repeal laws that were put into the Constitution? William Moore says, this is jurisdiction and you have to claim it. I'm listening, or I'm reading. And even then, yeah. If you can actually get the Supreme Court to take a case challenged on this, please do it with the standing judges would be favorable. Yeah, the standing judges, it could be favorable, and it's just getting a case to be heard by the Supreme Court. It goes through so many other corrupt systems to get there. It's once it's there, your chances are kind of just depends on what judges are sitting on the Supreme Court at the time. I mean, we all know that. I think it would too. Then you go to the article on traffic and family courts. Yeah, you gotta have lots and lots of money to do most things, but every now and then you can find civil rights lawyers, especially when your rights have been violated to the point of no return. You can find civil rights lawyers that will turn around and work on the case and just take, like if it's a civil suit, they'll just take part of your settlement or your award. And something else most people don't realize is if you have a lawsuit and you accept a settlement, then you pay taxes on the settlement. If you're given an award by the court, which means it was actually ruled on and decided that you get this much money instead of you just agreeing outside of court, then you don't pay taxes on an award. So if the state awards you a certain amount of money, you don't pay taxes on that. But if you agree and take you make a deal with the other side, then you actually have to pay taxes on the settlement. So, just a little interesting bit about tax law there. The Constitution does not apply if you are in the contract with the U.S. corporation. Talking about common law. ... What about common law? The state of Tennessee actually does not recognize, like, common law marriage and things like that. The state of Tennessee doesn't recognize common law, so I'm not Oh, you need money? Yeah. I mean, if you're doing business with the corporation that is the United States of America, which is, by the way, a bankrupt corporation, if you are doing business with that corporation, then just know that all your money you might as well be making it rain to the government, because that's where your money is going to go. I mean, for a plant in Tennessee, for a plant that grows in the ground, you're going to spend time in jail. You're going to spend bond money if you bond out. If not, you're going to spend probation costs if you plea out. If you're found guilty, you're going to spend even more on probation costs and have even more fines and more jail time. It's insane that you could be. Growing a plant and they're going to throw you in jail. Yes, Tex Rose. I've actually been looking at the new laws that went into effect July 1st of this year. Some of those laws, they're for the fortitude of private property. Um, there is another law. I'm not sure if what you're talking about is in the same, but there's a law that was made about photography, public photography, and from the research that I've done on that law, it's still not saying that you can't videotape in public. It's pretty much saying it's. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Um, it's set up for individuals who are stalking somebody else. It's so you can't have like one target of your video. You can't like publicly video and shame somebody. You can't take video of them in a sexual manner, whether they're dressed or undressed, from a public place. Is how I understand the law to be that law. Oh, okay. No, I did not see. I didn't see anything about that part. I saw. I was looking. I went through a lot. They had like. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Okay. So they had like, I want to say it was 97 new laws that went into effect July 1st of this year in Tennessee. And I've been going through and looking at each one as they caught my attention. And I don't really watch mainstream media. I like to. Yeah, you're right, Skyhawk. Oh, it's on the governor's desk this week to sign. Uh, I don't really care for the governor of Tennessee too much. I mean, I don't really care for any politician too much. But I just, I don't know. It's just like a tricky little bunch of mess is what it is. Um, so yeah, my Streamlabs test went good, I guess. Been streaming for an hour. SC, thank you, but you didn't have to do that, Dollface. How did you even find my donation link? You must have been looking for that forever, because I have not posted that. You're a Dollface, though. Broke the cherry. Missy got her first donation. Let me play that back again. You're not gonna play back? Dang it! It won't play back. I don't know why it won't play back. It's too sweet though. I don't even know where that link is. How did I thank you, but you do not have to. You do not have to do that by any means. Oh, hold on here. I must have missed something. What did I miss that you said, William? Oh no, I went way too far down. Oops. You really didn't have to do that, SC. I appreciate it, but you really didn't have to do that. Chili says, William, for the record, I am first and foremost a native Texan. I am not in DC, nor have I consciously entered into employment if with the federal government. Texas Rose says, yeah, popping cherries won't show. Dang. I love you so much, Tex Rose. And just so you know, my mom's name is Rose. So every time I see your name, oh, and to top it off, I just, I guess I share a little too much, guys. But I was created in Texas. I was born in Tennessee, but I was created in Texas. So when I see Tex Rose, I'm like, my mom was in Texas when she had me. So it always makes me think about, or not had me, but conceived me. So it always makes me think about hearing about when I was little. Oh, you were made in Texas. You know, I have a child. You know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I can guarantee you that's not right. Gunner says, my milkshake tastes like all the Constitution in the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. I think I figured it out, Gunner. I think I've got my Streamlabs working. I've even got a donation, but I can't get it to play back. So yeah, that's Gunner. Have you got to sleep yet? You've got to sleep at some point, Gunner. It's not good for you to stay up for that many hours without sleep. You at least need a nap, sweetie. I feel like I'm talking to one of the kids, like I'm talking to my oldest son. You need to at least take a nap. You know I got all the love for you, though. You know I think you're special. Okay. I mean, I've got it where the alerts show up, Gunner. Like, I can get... Well, it's not doing it now. Damn it. Let's see here. I know that I had it. It was showing up, dude. Like, I had it showing up. That's there. That's supposed to be there like that. Okay, I see where it's at. Go back. See if we'll do it now. Oh, I'm not from Texas. I was just created in Texas. Well, hell. There we go. Okay. It's coming back. It's coming back. See if it's going to work. Let's see if I can get it to play now. There. Yay! See, I got it to work. And then, and the alert box just does all the alerts, right? Like the lurkers, or new subscribers, or, you know. I think I figured it out, Gunner, but I'll still help you with your resume. It's super easy, dude. I have like 5 of them, depending on which job I want. If I'm going to apply for a certain type of job, like if I'm going to apply for a banking job, then I have like my resume for banking. And if I'm going to apply for like an office job where I'm like running the front office or something like that, like a secretarial type position, then I have different resumes depending on what type of job I'm trying to get. Hey CEO 255, how you doing? Subscribe to me. Oh, Bow. How I miss you, my sweetheart. Oh, guys. Let's see if I can get a close-up look at me here. Ah. It's out. Ever wonder if you pull harder on your pen, if it'll give you just a little bit that's left in it? I do. Oh, thank you, everybody, for the new subscribers. I appreciate everybody showing me love. Y'all are so sweet. And I was just trying to test out my Streamlabs. Y'all make me blush. Y'all are always so sweet to me. Okay, so that's not giving me anything. I've really been trying to quit smoking, guys. Like, I really have. But I've got to have a cigarette. But you will notice that I have been streaming for 1 hour and 7 minutes. And this is the first cigarette you've seen in my hand. Which is good for me because usually I sit and smoke constantly. But the kids are back in school, so maybe I can quit smoking now. I've been wanting to. Yay! You guys are just killing it. How did I get so lucky? Let's see. I was trying to find, and I don't know if I'm going to find it or not. Sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I can show you if it's on a laptop, Tex Rose. Maybe. I can't promise that I can show you on anything else. Not even the one I'm looking for. I was trying to find a picture to show you guys, but that's definitely not the one I was looking for. Oh, man. I got one for you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. See if you can see this. Oh, look at that. Do you see how awful I look there? That was almost a year ago. I'm doing well. How are you doing, CEO? Don't rip my shirt like Gunner. I don't plan on ripping my shirt like Gunner. And even if I did, I have an undershirt on under my shirt. I can guarantee you that I do not show even my belly. I don't wear midriff shirts. And I'm not like a big girl, but I just don't. I don't wear midriff shirts. Well, I guess I'm not going to find it. I had a video I was going to show you guys of me surprising my kids. I thought y'all would think was hilarious. But yeah, I've been running the stream for like an hour and 11 minutes. I think I'm going to close it down. I'm going to play around with Streamlabs on my phone and go see if Gunner's still lurking around. Maybe try to put my mommy smack down on him and make him take a nap. But I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate the donation, SC. You did not have to do that, darling. But I love you all. Keep it classy. Know your rights. Protect yourself. And film the police. Deuces, guys.